Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about the Beyond Illamasqua foundation and I am beyond excited to try it. So Illamasqua brought out a lightweight dewy foundation, and obviously being a lightweight dewy foundation fan, I had to try it. So if that's the style of foundation you like, then this is the video for you. This is the foundation right here, and the packaging claims that it is a lightweight liquid foundation with an illuminating finish. It's enriched with vitamin E. Sheer light reflecting formula provides natural buildable coverage while leaving the skin feel smooth and hydrated. It's easily bendable formula delivers the ultimate flawless skin finish. So that being said, obviously I've got it on now because this is the intro, but it's how it wears. It's not just about how it applies initially, it's how it wears. I just want to also mention, please don't judge me hair. It's Sunday afternoon and I've washed my hair ready for the week, so that's why I'm coming to you looking like this with a baggy t-shirt on. But you know, to be honest, I don't really care. But yeah, so this is the foundation we're going to cover and we're going to get into that right now. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and let's just get into the video. So as you can see, I've started my eyes. I'm now going to move on to my face. So I'm going to actually prime using the Hydra Veil on this side of my face, so my right hand side. And then on my left hand side, I'm just going to go off the base of my skincare. So skincare's been done on both sides, all over, but on this side, I'm going to go in with the Hydra Veil first. So if you don't know, they actually have also released another Hydra Veil. It's the Beyond highlighting version of this, I'm assuming, but I've actually had the Hydra Veil before and I wasn't a real big fan of it. It wasn't something I would rave about, especially for the cost. Thought it was a bit of a pricey primer, and if you are new to my channel, you won't know that I don't think primers are necessary. If you have a good skincare routine, you're not going to need a primer, but we're going to use this one first. It's very jelly-like, the Hydra Veil, but I've popped that on that side, and then this side is now just my moisturiser and everything else that I use in my skincare at the moment. Then we're going to take the foundation and we're going to apply it all over. So I love this bottle already because, as you can see from the base, it's a pump that goes up. Now, I will be honest, it's a bit of a cheap feeling packaging, but that doesn't bother me. However, the foundation is quite expensive if you are wanting a really good glass bottle. But I prefer this just because it's got the pump on the inside, so there's swings and roundabouts to it. So for me, as long as the lid stays on, and this should be the new way of doing foundations. It's just so much better. You get all the product out. You get to use all of what you've paid for, really. So I'm just going to actually pump some on the back of my hands. So that was one pump. And I'm going to take a foundation brush. This is the Blank Canvas F20 brush. And I'm going to stipple it on, starting in the centre. So with the colour matching of this foundation, I was lucky in a sense that I have used Illamasqua for years. So I actually have the Illamasqua skin bases. So for me, I just had to go in to my home salon and compare my current skin colour with the foundations I already had. So it's been really easy for me to colour match this, which is a little bit unfair. This is the only problem with online purchasing when it comes to foundation. Matching your foundation is really, really hard. So I personally feel as though you should be allowed to send it back. Now, I don't actually know the rules with Illamasqua, but you can also get samples with them. So it might be best, if you're nervous about picking your colour, think about getting a sample first. Up to now, that's gone on really nice. Very natural, not heavy at all. If you look, it's not heavy one little bit. So I'm actually going to take another pump and see what happens. I'm actually going to start at this side while I'm doing that as well. It's a buildable foundation, obviously, as you can tell. I don't like heavy duty foundations. They're not for me, but that colour match is perfect. I got the LN2, which, as you can see, there's can't see anything. No lines, no nothing. But I'm actually liking that up to now. See if the sheen, nice little sheen under the lighting. So let's pop that all over now. It's definitely a buildable foundation, and it's for those of you who don't want to wear a really thick foundation. I would say it's clinging a little bit to some dry patches in my skin, but I'm going to use a beauty blender in a minute, which will probably help even that out. What I will say is I've just went and got my beauty blender, and I was in slightly different lighting, and it actually looks a lot more dewy than it does now sitting under these lights. So I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but that's much more dewier than it appears under these lights. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender, and this is what I like to do with all my foundation. I like to just go over it a little bit, and when I'm trying a foundation out first, I will go over it with a beauty blender, and then I'll actually apply some with the beauty blender just to see how it applies, because some people just use beauty blenders now, don't they, for the foundations. But that is an absolute superb colour match. I'm really shocked. I am a neutral tone. I've got both yellow and pink in my skin, especially with me having freckles and stuff. And that is one of the best colour matches I've seen in a long time. Like, you can't see where my neck starts and my face begins. So for me, that's a really good colour match. I'm actually going to apply some now with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to take about that much, and I just want to pat it onto my cheeks. I just want to see if I can get these cheeks to cover. Obviously I'm a really rosy, I think I prefer applying it with a beauty blender. That seems to have gone on my cheeks so much nicer than before. Yeah, 100% I think I prefer applying it with a beauty blender. It's so dewy, it's so nice. It's like second skin. It's a really nice foundation, up to now anyway. Really nice. So I'm going to pop some concealer on. I'm actually just going to go in with a light concealer today. I'm not going to use my P. Louise bases. Definitely a light foundation. It is not a full coverage at all. And it's just like a second skin, which is exactly how it's advertised, as like a second skin foundation. But I like it, and I like it more once it was applied with a beauty blender. It seems to have just melted into the skin so much more. What looked like was clinging to dry patches actually wasn't once I used the beauty blender. I'm going to go in with my Eraser Eye Conceal, and I'm just going to pop some there and some there. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and pat it out. So I'm going to take the Illamasqua translucent powder. That's that lovely. That is really, really nice. That glow. I hope it's picking up on camera, because when I went into my bathroom before, my whole face was just naturally dewy. I haven't noticed it looks any different on the Hydroveil side and the non-Hydroveil side. It doesn't seem to have sat any differently, whether I've used that or not. I actually am liking it up to now, and I hope it wears well, because that glow is my sort of thing. And I'm going to actually put the Illamasqua powder all on this side. I just want to see if the glow comes through, and I want to try and stick with the Illamasqua theme rather than going in with my Laura Mercier, which is dewy. It's already got like, it's the glowy powder. That's going to be no good to show if, let's see. Does look like the glow's still coming through. That's with no, bear in mind, that's no primer. That's got, normally I would put on like a high gloss L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. That's the Hydroveil, and all the Hydroveil is a hydrating primer. It doesn't have like a dew to it. That's still got for me, considering I've just used a mattifying powder. Obviously this side seems a lot more dewy, but there's still a nice glow to that foundation, and it's sitting quite nice over my textured areas. So I have quite a lot of texturization on my cheeks, and I think where the Hydroveil is, it seems to be sitting better, only slightly, and I mean literally slightly, only slightly, but it still does seem to be just sitting ever so slightly better. But there's still a nice dew coming through. I want to make this look some way finished and not cover the foundation too much. So I'm just gonna... And then that powder's sitting on that really nice. Just buff that in a little bit. Oh, I'm excited. I love it when I go for it's that colour match. I can't get over how well that's colour matched me. I haven't had a foundation now for I'd say about 3 years that has perfectly matched me like that. But I really like the foundation up to now. I feel like it's sat on the skin really nice. So at first, this looked like it was clinging. This little dry area looked like it was clinging to the foundation. And now it doesn't since I've used the Beauty Blender. I think it just needed that little dampness just to melt it into the skin a bit more. But initially I thought, oh, no, this isn't gonna work. But it actually has melted in really, really nice. Do you know what? No, I'll leave this side and I'll pop highlight on this side. Someone's just knocked at my door, so just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna apply this. Right, I'm back. So basically I've just had someone knock at my door. So I've just been sat at the door for probably about 25 minutes and I haven't finished yet. So I've popped some highlight on this side and I'm actually gonna leave this side just so you can see what it looks like with and without highlight. I'm gonna pop some lipstick on and do my brows and that now. Okay, so I've popped my mascara on. I'm actually not gonna pop any lips on. I am stuck in the house all day today. I've lip stained my lips before this video, so I don't actually want to pop anything on my lips other than keep them nice and hydrated. This is the finished, non-primed, non-set. I'm going to set this side now for you. But yeah, this hasn't been set or anything. It hasn't got any primer on it. It's got no powder on it other than here. But that's only because I wouldn't not leave the house without my Givenchy powder set and my concealer. Yeah, that's that side. And then this side has got the primer on. I popped some highlight on just to see how it wears on the foundation. We've got bronzer, we've got powder, and we're gonna actually set. So I'm gonna set it using my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. And I'm just gonna spray this like this. Like so. So I'm just gonna fan this side of my face just to let that dry quicker, and then we'll see how it wears. I'm not going to take this off till about 9 o'clock tonight. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon, so we will be getting a good running with it. And also because I'll be sat in, I do tend to do a lot of this with my hands. I do tend to touch my face a lot. Don't be surprised if I come back on camera and I've got no eyeliner on because I probably smudged it or something. I get so comfortable in the house, I hate wearing makeup when I'm in the house. But that is basically the Beyond foundation before I come back. So yeah, let's see how this goes and I will see you in a couple of hours. So I just wanted to pop on camera. It's nearly 4 o'clock now, so it's been on for a few hours. I wanted to try and get some natural light for you all because dark nights are in, and by 9 o'clock it's going to be with a ring light and no natural light at all. So this is what it's like up to now. Still got a good nice glow to this side, which hasn't got any highlight or nothing like that on it, and this one is still wearing really well, and I've spent most of my time doing this, watching the TV. So this is what it looks like. I just want to give you an update. Next update will be 9 o'clock, so I shall see you then. And we are back. It is 10 to 9. I cannot wait to get my makeup off now. Not because it's itching or anything like that, but because I can't wait to rub my eyes. You are lucky that I look like this because I was coming on, I thought like a panda, because I was sitting doing this. And you know when you just completely forget you've got makeup on and then you go, oh, I've got eyeliner on. So please excuse the state of this. That's because I rubbed it. But anyway, we're not here for that. What we are here for is to review the final instalment of the Beyond foundation. So let's just start by talking about what this foundation is about. It's meant to be lightweight. It's meant to be buildable. It's meant to be like a second skin. Did it meet their requirements? 100%. 10 out of 10 with telling you exactly what it is on the tin. There was no expectations that it was going to be this lightweight foundation that was going to give me this big, mad, full coverage skin foundation look. It was just not that. That is not what I bought this for. If that's what it done, I would have been a little bit disappointed because I would have just purchased skin base if that was the case, and I've got enough of those. So for me, this done exactly what it was supposed to do in a sense of being lightweight. It was like a second skin. It feels like I don't feel like I've got foundation on, and it is a lightweight foundation. If you are someone who wants a heavy duty, maybe you wear double wear Estee Lauder, you wear MAC Fix, you wear Milani's 2-in-1, you wear NARS, whatever it is that is heavy duty, this isn't going to be the foundation you want. This is just not going to be what you like. And that's because that's not what it's supposed to be. And I just want to make sure that people know that, because I think sometimes people's expectations are set higher by what the company say about the product. Sorry, my lips are really dry. I'm just going to pop some coconut oil on. The company can sometimes lie about what the product's going to be. This is genuinely met every single criteria. It says it's lightweight. It is buildable. Would I waste this foundation and build it to a full coverage? No, you're just wasting product. I'd just go and buy a double wear, or I'd just go buy a 2-in-1 Milani. I would not use that for this. This is exactly what I like. I like my skin to look like my own. The second point that it says, it's illuminating. 100% illuminating. This side is the side with no primer, remember. No like high gloss, no Lumiglotions, no nothing. That is still reflecting off the light. That is a natural highlight that's going on from your foundation. It's done exactly that. Yes, it's reflecting the light, and yes, you've got natural highlight. Next up is enriched with vitamin E. It doesn't feel drying. The only area that is drying, and I'm going to be brutally honest, is around my nose. So there's a slight dryness here and a slight dryness here. Now, I don't think that's from the foundation. I think that would have happened if I'd used any foundation. If you've watched my full favourites video, you will know I'm struggling at the moment. The central heating's now on. I struggle with central heating. This area is already really dry. You only have to look at my eyelids. I mean, I'm using my P. Louise bases and they don't normally have an issue with me. But because of the central heating, I have got really dry eyelids. So it's not just the foundation that's doing that, like, or the bases. That is just my skin at the moment. Its sheer light reflecting formula provides natural buildable coverage. The key word in the description of this foundation is natural, and that's exactly what it is. This is natural. This is what I expected the product to do. It's gone on like a MAC Face and Body, a NYX Born to Glow, a BB cream, a Laura Mercier tinted moisturiser. It's done what those products do. It's still got more of a foundation element to it than like a BB cream. But that is the point of this. It's meant to be lightweight. It's not sticky anymore. Like, I thought this side was going to stay sticky because I set this side with powder. It's not. This side is perfectly fine. If anything, you could get away without setting this. I actually think the Laura Mercier Glow and powder would be amazing. The translucent glow powder would be amazing on this foundation. And it easily blended formula delivers the ultimate flawless skin finish. 100%. I think when I'm using this, I'm going to use this with my normal products, my high glass and then my powder, and I genuinely think this foundation will be flawless, even more than I already think it is really nice. I can't get over this glow here. That sheen is stunning. I can't get over the colour match. That is just impeccable. Like, it hasn't oxidized. Normally my foundation is oranger as the day goes on. Normally that happens. It tends to happen when I wear a MAC, if I wear an Urban Decay, if I wear double wear started to do it in the end. Loads of foundations have oxidized on my face over time, and it always happens. This has not. This is the perfect shade to my skin. I can't get over that. And I'm absolutely loving the style pump that they've put in. So in the skin base, it comes in like a tube similar to this, but the nib is really small. I really don't like the packaging of skin base. It's really annoying actually, because you always end up with loads of foundation and you can't get it out because it comes out so thin out the nib. They really do need to change the skin bases to these as well. These pumps should be standard in all foundations. For me personally, I always remember Arbonne done it, and then I got that Maybelline Eraser foundation, and now this one. It should just come standard, but I do just prefer the glass one just because of the recycling life on glass. Other than that, I'm really liking it, really like it. You're gonna see it coming up in more of my videos. I'm definitely not just gonna do a one-hit wonder with you and tell you now. I will go on a live story and let you know an update on it if needs be, but I will definitely be using it in more future videos. So 100% recommend the Beyond foundation from Illamasqua. Only negatives are the slight drying around my nose, but I've got to factor that in, but I haven't. So take that as you want. I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I actually really like it. It takes a lot. I don't think I've ever given a foundation a 10 out of 10, and that's literally it. But other than that, I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 and highly recommend it. 100% recommend the Illamasqua Beyond foundation. So yeah, guys, hope you like this video. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. If you've made it this far, comment, like, subscribe. I'd really like to hear if any of you have used it or are interested in buying it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.